Yo, Everyday Superpower, the place where you learn about body language, relationships, human dynamics, game, everything in between, right? Two links in the description of this video. One takes you through to a YouTube playlist where I'll teach you how to read people's minds. The other one takes you through to the Patreon where you'll learn dating information you won't learn anywhere else on the internet. Let's move on. Today we're going to talk about body language. Yes, we're going to talk about one of the most blatant, once you catch on to it, one of the most blatant displays of deceitful behaviour a person can manifest through nonverbal communication. It's one of the clearest. If you're only just getting into this, it's a great start, to be fair with you, because you don't necessarily have to be looking up and down the body. It's going to be there in clear, plain sight. As we've spoke on, movement attracts attention, and it is a movement gesture. So as you see it, you will see it. It won't take much time to consider as to whether you did actually see that behaviour or not. It will be there and you'll clock onto it the moment it comes out, alright? So, what we're talking about is head shaking, head nodding, yes, in disconnect to what that person verbally says. So, this is one of the most reliable forms. Well, it's one of the easiest spotted, reliable displays of lying behaviour and deceitful behaviour you will see from people. And I'm gonna go into depth, but I just want to say that to say this: people do white lie, you white lie, I white lie. If we went around, well, I say we do. I'm not going to speak on your behalf purely because when I said I do, I felt a bit uncomfortable even saying that. But I say that to say this: there are times where we don't lie for lying's sake, but when we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. So let's say a woman you enjoy, you're not necessarily in a romantic relationship. She might be an older woman, your grandma of such. She says, oh, did you like that gift I got you the other day? And you didn't. You're not going to brutally tell her, no, I thought it was rubbish, I've thrown it away. Why would you do that? It's unnecessary to go out of your way to hurt other people's feelings just in the sake of honesty. I do speak on honesty on this channel, but there are boundaries and perimeters when it comes to going out of your way to preventing the harm and hurt of the people around you. That's not a good quality, is it? Arguably quite autistic to not have that radar of what's right and wrong as far as that communication is concerned. But I digress. I'm talking about the head nodding and the head shaking when it's in contrast and contrary to what they're telling you at that moment in time. So let me give you some real examples. I'm going to portray that person right now. And please take this quite literally, because it's so bold once you start to acknowledge this. And this isn't just you in conversation with people. You'll look on the internet and you'll see stuff. If I'm a little bit uncomfortable, believe it or not, it'll manifest through me as well. Of course, I say that and then say this. You need to take it with a pinch of salt. Assess the context, the congruence, and the cluster of body language that surrounds that. I mean, I've got to do a little bit of damage control there, but I'm teaching you how to read people, yeah? So you should be able to read me in due time, if not already now. Hold on, am I still here, people? I think I've just froze. I'll see you in a second. Yo, let me get back to it. Let me just double check. I might look a little bit sharper, people. I just put some sharpness onto the camera. If I'm a little bit too cartoony, let me know, yeah? I just need to make sure I'm not freezing up anymore. I must have been running too many tinglings. So, let's get into it. You're speaking to someone. I was going to give you some examples. So, I'm speaking to you. You ask me, how was your day yesterday? And I say, oh, you know what? It was good. It was good. It was good. And I know I sort of mixed and matched them, but that's the reality of body language. My day wasn't too bad, so I literally nodded in association with it because my non-verbal communication naturally spoke the truth there. So now we're starting to have contrasting portrayals of what we want to get across, which is incredible, right? So let's do that again. You asked me how was your day yesterday, and I say, yeah, it was good. And then you can look at me, you can hear the verbal words I speak, but you can then say, are you sure? You seemed a bit uncertain about that. Given you have that relationship with that person, and they might open up to you and tell you the truth, right? Simple as. When it comes to, if you were a performer of such, and you had performed and you went over and, oh, what did you think about it? What did you think? And they said, oh yeah, it's brilliant. It was brilliant. The body tells you the truth, because they are not, and as far as lying, body language and non-verbal communication is concerned, nobody wants to be a liar. So you need to take it very literally and very seriously when you see these contrasting behaviors, because nobody is going to want to go out of their way to be perceived in this manner. So for them to actually do so and act in this manner, and I mean, it's really as simple as, what do people shake their heads for? Well, people shake their heads because it's a learnt behaviour in childhood to take the mouth away from the mother's teat, right? Now, this is some deep game. This is the hardwiring. To take the mouth away from the teat, we don't want to be fed no more. We say no. Head nodding. So submissive behaviour. Yes, sir. Yes. All right. We nod the head. In nodding the head, what we do is we lower ourselves in submission in correlation to what we're, in association with. So when we say people are agreeable, and when we say people are nice, they're too nice, Mr. Nice Guy. Yes. When we call someone a yes man, it's actually a detriment to their character. But let's do the flip side, right? You ask me, oh, do you like that girl? Let's say you are really interested in a girl, yeah, and I know that. And you ask me, oh, do you fancy her as well? Do you like her as well? And I look at you and I say, nah, of course, mate. Of course I don't. Pay attention. And it sounds and seems ridiculous with you just looking at me sort of manufacturing it on the camera right about now. But you will see this from here on, given you switch on and observe these behaviours in other people. All you need to do is put a podcast on. All you need to do is put an interview on. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a politician of the highest serving order. That does not matter. It could be the most powerful person on planet Earth. They cannot prevent these behaviours from seeping out. And that's why it's brilliant. And that's why you're not taught this information. This is why you are not taught this information, okay? So pay attention to them behaviours. It's incredibly important. And what more can I say in regards to that? I think that was plain and simple, right? So to re-clarify, when the verbal states one thing, but the body reflects another, in this particular case, the nodding or the shaking of the head, right? If it's completely contrary to what's been spoken at that moment in time, believe the body, because the non-verbal is the reality. The non-verbal is the limbal brain, that's the primitive brain that needed to speak of honestly in order to survive and communicate efficiently. Back when we were pre-verbal, when we started to speak, our human brain came about, we started to chat shit, we just manifested jargon and gibberish through our conscious brains. It wasn't automatic. It's manufactured. People lie through the words. I could be lying to you right now, right? But if you saw that behaviour manifest through my behaviours and characteristics, and you thought, wait a minute, is something wrong there? Let's go back and have a look at what he's just done. Oh, wait a minute, he's nodded when he has denied something there. You see, these are the things you need to pick out. And if your brain triggers after you've learnt this information, believe it. I'm a big advocate of trusting your intuition, because there's a purpose. It serves, right? That's your survival mechanism. If you have a funny feeling about someone, it tends to be because something is not lining up with who they portray to be and who they actually put out there into the world on a non-conscious basis. It's a discomfort, it's an uncomfortable energy. Yeah? And on that note, I'm going to sign out, people. As always, click like and subscribe. That was some game. Pay attention, yeah?